Alright, so in this video I'm going to be talking a little bit more about this Vevor water pump that I picked up last year. So this is the second season of irrigating with this thing, and I usually let this thing on idle, and I've been leaving this thing like recently for like up to 16 or 18 hours, and I have not had any problems. Last year when I got it through, like, I put a lot of hours on this thing. It still looks like new, but I'm pretty sure by the end of this season everything's gonna fade, especially like the plastics for the air cleaner. And I'm kind of seeing a little bit of the stickers starting to fade, but I mean the machine itself though is pretty great. So on that last video that I made about this, or the first video, I got a lot of people saying that this wasn't a good machine, and I think a lot of people just don't know how to prime one of these things. You can't just put your hoses and then expect to, you know, turn it on and it's gonna go. It actually has a priming port, and pretty much all water pumps are gonna, especially gasoline water pumps, are gonna have, they're not gonna be self-priming, but they're gonna have a primer port. So this one has one on the top, and it takes about a gallon or two, and once that's full, I let it idle, and then it takes maybe 30 seconds to a minute, and it actually starts pumping water, no problem. Another thing though, where people I think might have problems, is the hose that is included with these machines. It's the blue hose, and it's a soft hose, and I think if you use that on the suction side, a lot of the times it's going to collapse in on itself because it's such a soft hose. As you can see, this one, it actually has a green hose, and that's a hard hose. It actually has like wire on the inside, and it keeps it from kinking, and you know, it keeps it from being sucked in on itself. So I think one of these machines, if you're going to use something like this, you're going to have to use a hard hose for the pickup or the suction. And as for the outlet, I'm just using a Harbor Freight one because it's a 100-footer. But I mean, I could use the blue ones that are included with it. So I don't know why they don't include a hard hose with these pumps. So I'm going to show you guys a little ditch that I've made, and that's to water my apple trees. I got onions growing, and also to water the plum trees. So I'm gonna go ahead, turn around, and I'll show you guys. So as you can guys see there, like, yeah, it starts off way over here on the back behind me, and then I got the hose right there by that apple tree right there, and it kind of just backfills too, but I'm gonna go ahead along the side, and I'm gonna show you guys what I've done so far. So right here I got a whole patch of onions, and then I'm going to be putting some green chili and stuff along the side there. So as you can see, it's filling in quite nicely. I got a little bridge over there so I could get across to pick asparagus, wild asparagus. And I got a little honey crisp apple tree here. I just planted that this year, picked that up at Tractor Supply. But let's go see how my plum trees are doing. So these are all plum trees here. So I got a little one here that's actually growing inside of the irrigation ditch, and then I got a whole bunch over there. Yeah. So as you can see, the water's filling up. I just got done making this a little bit bigger because I'm making this into like a little pond, and it's gonna fill up all in there with that pump, and it's flowing quite nicely. So as you can see there, water's running. Looks really nice. Everything's gonna fill up. That's gonna hold a lot of water all in that section in there. So I already got a little tiny plums growing on the trees, and it's actually kind of early this year. So while I'm waiting for that pond to fill up, I just wanted to give you guys a quick look on what it looks like to pump water just on idle. Now if I crank this thing up, I mean, it'll go crazy. Like that'll be like 10 times the water flow what you actually see now. So yeah, I usually don't turn it on high. I don't know, I just pretty much run it on idle, and that's what I've been doing. And I mean, I've I've had a lot of hours on that machine, and I haven't blown it up yet. Yeah, it's actually, it's not really under load. It's just basically like the lowest flow of water that you can actually get from that pump. So it's not actually working hard at all, but there's still enough flow at that low throttle or at idle that will actually fill up an irrigation ditch or even a pond. Well, I'm back here at my little makeshift pond here. And I think that's pretty much as it's going to fill up. I don't think it's going to fill up more than that. But yeah, so far I've been watching magpies and little sparrows come around. If you have any questions about that pump, that Vevor or Vevor, mine's a 2-inch. You can get those things on sale all the time, but I'll leave a link down below so you guys can check it out. They have a 2-inch version and a 3-inch. My machine, since I only use it on idle, being a 2-inch, I couldn't imagine having a 3-inch. It'd probably pump way more water than what I'd want. But this is actually a nice that little Vevor is a pretty good pump. And if I could get at least 5 years out of it, heck, I might even get more. Being that it's aluminum and I clean it out every year or every end of the season. Once you like make sure like you take the water out, you don't have to worry about the pumps cracking or freezing and cracking or anything like that. So being that it's aluminum, it's not gonna deteriorate like a cast iron or a steel pump would. So I'll leave a link so you guys can check it out. If you already have one, you want to talk about your experience, go ahead and leave your comment down below. Let us know what you think about that pump. But anyways, I think I'll go ahead and end it there. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one.